All living things have ways of transporting substances throughout the body. In human body, blood circulates food and oxygen to the different parts of the body and collects waste substances from the different parts of the body. In the same way, plants have xylem and phloem tubes. Water tube, xylem for transportation of water and phloem for the transportation of food. Food and oxygen need to be transported to all parts of the body to carry out the different life processes. Waste materials have to be transported so that they can be excreted from the body. In plants, water transports mineral salts through special cells called xylem and food through special cells called phloem. In lower organisms like amoeba and paramecium, the body surface is open to the environment. Food enters the cell directly. Respiratory gases move in and out of the body by diffusion. Lower multicellular organisms transport materials from one cell to another by simple methods like diffusion. Before diffusion, glucose molecule, after diffusion. But higher multicellular organisms need an organ system to transport materials to all cells of the body. Diffusion alone is not enough. Let us now study the different modes of transportation in plants and animals. In a plant, the materials to be transported include mineral salts and water from the soil, the products of photosynthesis from the leaves and hormones secreted in certain parts of the plant. These mineral salts are usually dissolved in water as an aqueous solution and then transported. In lower plants such as mosses and liverworts, that is non-vascular plants, food and water pass from one cell to another by simple diffusion. Vascular plants have special tissues to transport materials from one part of the plant to another. Ferns, coniferous and flowering plants are all vascular plants. Ferns, conifers and flowering plants. Vascular tissues. The xylem tissue transport water and minerals absorbed by the root to the rest of the plant. One way only, water and minerals. No end walls between cells. Thick walls stiffened with lignin. The transport system basically consists of two types of conducting tissue, each of which is made from cells which have been modified for their special purpose. Xylem consists of fairly wide tubes with thick walls. Xylem cell wall, adhesion, cohesion, xylem cell, water molecule. These xylem vessel elements originally cells which died due to the buildup of a tough substance called lignin in their cell walls. Phloem consists of living tissue. Their end walls have perforations. Cells have end walls with perforations. Movement of substances in plants. Xylem consists of fairly wide tubes with thick walls. They are non-living cells. They have a tough substance called lignin in their cell walls and do not have end walls or cytoplasm. Phloem tubes carry sugars and other foods such as amino acids produced as a result of photosynthesis. They consist of living tissue. Their end walls have perforations. Here we can see two-way flow. flow in two directions. Plants absorb water and mineral salts from the soil with the help of root hairs. They absorb water by the process of osmosis. The water then diffuses from them to the next layer of cells and eventually reaches the xylem tubes in the center of the root. Cohesion and adhesion draw water up to the xylem. Root hairs, soil particle, water molecule, xylem. Negative water potential draws water into the root. The columns of water in the xylem tubes do not break as they are held by the strong cohesive force between water molecules. This upward movement of cell sap containing water and mineral salts is called ascent of sap. Root pressure. This builds up sufficient force to push the sap to a certain height in the xylem vessels. For a herb, this pressure may be enough. Transpiration pull. Water is lost from the leaf due to transpiration. More water molecules are pulled up due to the tendency of water molecules to remain joined, that is cohesion. Thus, a continuous column of water is produced in the xylem vessels. Forces which contribute to the ascent of sap. This pulling force provided by the leaves is important for big trees which do not have enough root pressure. Transport of food in plants. Glucose, sugar, is made in the leaves during the day. The sugar solution moves from the leaves to other parts of the plant, mainly on account of gravity. The movement of food substances in the phloem is called organic translocation.
Transpiration is the process by which plants release water into the atmosphere. Mineral nutrients and water are absorbed through the soil by the plants during this process. Water is transpired through the leaves, and this process of evaporation of water generates a suction pull which pulls the water to great heights, such as in the case of tall trees. Transpiration helps the plants to stay cool, just like the way perspiration keeps the humans and animals cool.
In unicellular organisms like amoeba, oxygen and food needed by them are taken directly from their surroundings and wastes are thrown out. In simple multicellular organisms like Hydra, the transportation of materials takes place by simple diffusion from one cell to another. In higher organisms, the number of materials that move in and out of the body and the distance traveled by these materials inside the body will increase. Hence, these animals require a specialized system that supports all these functions inside the body. This is the role of the circulatory system.